and welcome to Hessy Maven Gaming, where we are so excited to bring you the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. I'm Hessy Hostman, and I'm joined today by the knowledgeable and sensational Aaron Leas. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us here.
Happy to be here, I say. The World Cup is always an exciting display of international sport, where the best from each country battle it out to hold that trophy over their triumphant heads.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Aaron. We find ourselves in New Zealand today, commentating on the opening match for USA against Vietnam, as they go head-to-head in the group stage. Aaron, what can we expect today?
Well, the beauty of football is that you never really know what's going to happen in the pitch. That being said, all the stats are pointing to a definitive victory for the US. They will be fighting hard for their consecutive goals after their 2019 victory.
If we know anything about the US women's national team, it's that their hunger for a W is insatiable. And you're absolutely right, Aaron. The stats and the experts can make all the predictions they want, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the players on the field. But Vietnam has an uphill battle today, considering that in their last game against Spain, they conceded 9 goals. So you have to believe that their defense is something that they've addressed.
It's like what my grandfather used to say, Hessy. Hai voluto la bicicletta e adesso pedala. Which means, you wanted the bike, now pedal it. So, hopefully the Vietnamese team and coach have put in the time, because now they have to put up or shut up, innit?
Was that Italian? I didn't know your grandfather was Italian.
No, he wasn't Italian. He just traveled there a lot. Yeah, no, most of my family is British, so I know you'll probably be rooting for the US, but I will be quietly pining for my English Lady Lions.
I believe they're called the Lionesses.
Of course. But let's take a look at these lineups and see who the respective coaches have chosen for their starting squads.
Absolutely. We'll have a look at what Coach Vlatko Andonovski has planned for this opening match. And as a reminder for everyone at home, this is Andonovski's first World Cup as the head manager of the US women's national team, and given some unfortunate injuries, he's got his work cut out for him. You're absolutely right, Aaron, but some things never change, like Alyssa Nair between the posts. This will be her 3rd World Cup. She's hoping to join the ranks of so many amazing American goalies. Yes, and with Becky Sauerbrunn out on a foot injury, Crystal Dunn will be the leader from the defense with more appearances than the other 3 defenders combined. And Lindsay Horan will be filling in as captain here, but Rose Lavelle is definitely someone to keep an eye out for. She creates so many scoring opportunities. And let us not forget the true star of the American squad, Alex Morgan. Over 200 caps, 121 goals. She is a relentless attacker. Can't wait to see what kind of show she puts on for us today. And now we look at the Vietnamese team, winners of the Asian playoffs, beating Thailand and Taipei to make it here. That's right, Hessy. And it looks like Coach Mai Duk Chung is running a 5-3-2 formation, perhaps hoping to give themselves a defensive boost against the US. Despite losing badly to Spain earlier in the month, they had a very impressive showing against Germany as well, losing only 2-1 thanks to an impressive late goal by defender Tanya. This team is composed, Hessy. They're calm, and according to the coach, they are beyond excited and proud to be here to represent Vietnam. And with that, we head to kickoff to begin the match. Well, it looks like USA is going to be starting off with possession in this first half. Let's see what they do with it. Alex Morgan drops it back to Horan. Horan over to Smith. Smith back to Morgan. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Hessy. Oh, Alex Morgan with an early start. Rodman gets the ball. She's in the box. Oh, she got a little ahead of herself there. That's all right. Early game jitters is what I used to call that. I know exactly what you mean, Aaron. Sometimes early in the game, it's easy to get a little ahead of yourself and get excited. Oh, look at this here. All right. Looked like Vietnam was on an interesting counterattack, but it seemed to be foiled by Cook. Oh, what an impressive through ball from Lavelle. And Smith with an amazing goal. Such earliness in the game. You'll love to see it, Aaron. Absolutely. Sophia Smith with an impressive right foot into the corner goal, past the goalie. That was impressive indeed. Let's look at this replay here, Aaron. That was incredible. Right by the goalie. Seems to me that she put exactly enough spin on it in order to get that around the goalie into the net. A definitive goal, to be sure, in the 7th minute of the match. She's someone to look out for, folks. With Sophia Smith and Alex Morgan up at the top, it is a dangerous combo, to be sure. Both of them not only have the skill and the technique to back it up, but they have speed on their side. Alright, and look at this. Pham Hai passes it over to Nguyen. Another defensive play from Cook. Well done. We love to see it. Here we are. Fox passes it into the middle to Sullivan. Sullivan up to Alex Morgan, who's left wide open. You have to wonder, what is... Oh my god! Look at this! Another pass to Sophia Smith! The exact same type of goal! This is amazing! Oh my... Did she just do 2 backflips there? I think so, Aaron. It looks like 2 backflips there from Sophia Smith. We didn't know she was a gymnast as well as a professional football player. That is incredible. It almost looks like a replay from the first goal, doesn't it, Hessy? It absolutely does, Aaron. It looked to me like the Vietnamese defense is crumbling and they're not sure how to deal with the speed. And the through balls is particularly dangerous from this USA team. But here they are. Nonetheless, Vietnamese going down the field. Oh, just a too light of a pass there. Easily picked up. And here's Sophia Smith again. She's got 2 defenders. She splits the 2 of them. That's amazing. Off to Alex Morgan. Alex Morgan is alone in the box almost. Oh, just too soft of a pass to Haran. It almost would have been beautiful, but she gets the ball back. She's a defensive player as well. Let's not forget it, even though that's not her strong suit. Yeah, Hessy, you're absolutely right. Alex Morgan isn't necessarily known for defense, but when it comes in handy, it comes in handy. And, well, look at that. We have our first shot on goal for Vietnam, but it was an easy scoop up from Nair. Out to Dunn. Dunn getting a little sloppy with it, getting a little ahead of herself, not keeping the ball close. We've all been there. Absolutely, Hessy. I'll remember different coach drills that I was put through as a young lad, where you had to make sure that even at a full sprint, you could keep the ball as close to your own body as possible. There's a time and a place to kick the ball ahead of yourself and run up to it, and that was not it, unfortunately. Lavelle with an impressive little shake off of that defender. Out, but she did lose the ball in the end. Pham Hai over to Tai Ti Tao. I don't know if that was supposed to be a cross or a poorly angled shot, but it did not work. Done. Over to Haran. Haran to Lavelle. Lavelle, an incredible through ball to Morgan. Morgan on her own. Can she score this time? She does. Hello, Dolly. Let's look at this here, Aaron. Actually, wait a minute. My name's Aaron. Scratch that. Let's look at this here, Hessy. That was an incredible goal. Look at it curve around the goalie. She's taken a play right out of Sophia Smith's handbook. It looks like that keeper is devastated. Absolutely gutted. And listen to this crowd. They are getting behind the US team. They are showing their support. The US have come to New Zealand in numbers today. And another through ball. Morgan with another goal. She puts a body on the line there. Did you see that one, Hessy? Aaron, not only did I see it, I lived it. I saw it live. I'm feeling all kinds of emotions. My heart is racing. And I couldn't be more proud of my country. You know, there's something to be said about international sport, Aaron. It brings out the patriotism in all of us. There's nothing quite like watching 11 strong women from your country perform at an exceeding level and just kick ass. Are we allowed to curse here? Are we allowed to curse? I didn't know that was allowed. I thought they would probably strike that from the... Honestly, Aaron, I don't give a shit. The U.S. is up 4-0, and I'm going to show my true expressions. There's another shot on goal, I suppose, from T-Tau 10. I'm not sure if that was meant to be a goal, but it certainly was something. Lavelle, over to Smith. Smith to Fox. Fox back to Lavelle. Lavelle dribbling around. She has space. She passes it to Haran. Haran back to Lavelle. Oh, Lavelle shoots it, but it was blocked by a defender. Back to Lavelle. Lavelle somehow onsides. Lavelle with a weird chip over to Alex Morgan. Smith over to Sullivan. Oh, it looks like every once in a while the Vietnam defense manages to stop the U.S. Oh, a poor pass there. Dunn easily able to wrap that up. Lavelle with the ball again. An outside pass to Smith. Smith inside to Morgan. Morgan's got a nice pass to Haran, but unfortunately it was just a little too ahead of her. Vietnam back on the ball. Are they going to start doing some sort of counterattack here, Aaron? Honestly, they need to figure something out. I'd be very excited to see what their coach is going to talk to them in the halftime, because they need to make some adjustments, and that's for sure. Alex Morgan with another shot on goal, but an impressive save from the keep. And that's all, folks. That is the first half. This was truly an impressive showing from the U.S. Let's get into some more details with our halftime show, shall we? Our halftime report is brought to you by our sponsor, Hessy Maven. It's a podcast, a YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, and more. But before we go further, Aaron, what a first half.
Hessy, it went about as well as it could for the US. Not only did they manage to smash 4 goals into the net, but Alyssa Nair helped to keep the Vietnam scoreless.
And Sophia Smith with 2 impressive goals in the first 13 minutes of the match. She truly has a knack for finding that open space and making these runs. Not only that, she finishes strong and gets results.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Hessy, but let's take a look at the first goal at the 7-minute mark. Look at the spatial awareness of Rose Lavelle to make that pass to Smith. It is a beautiful pass, a piece of art.
And I suppose it wouldn't be a true showing from the U.S. if Alex Morgan didn't score. And score she did. Let's take a look at those 2 goals one more time.
As we can see here, this starts out of the US's backfield. Dunn to Haran. Haran to Lavelle, with yet another remarkable through ball to Alex Morgan, who puts the Jets on and beats her defenders, Hessy.
Not only that, but then when goalkeeper Chan comes out to cut off the angle of attack, Morgan slips it past her with a zinger to the far post.
It reminds me of the time my Uncle Tony tossed a tiny ball of mozzarella into my Nana's mouth while she was yawning.
Your Nana? Are you sure you're not Italian?
Did I say Nonna? No. What I meant was, well, check out this display from Morgan, putting her body on the line for the team. She knew she was going to take a hit from Chan, but managed to poke that ball into the corner of the net all the same.
Right you are, Aaron. And such an extraordinary pass from Haran to give her that chance.
It seems like Coach Mai Duk Chung is going to have a lot to talk about in the locker room with their team. They're letting the US have too many chances in their final third of the pitch.
I can only imagine. And even though Vietnam only had 2 shots on goal, both from Tai Ti Tao, neither being difficult for Nair to scoop up, the U.S. defense wasn't perfect by any means.
It seemed to me, Hessy, that there was a little confusion in the American backfield. Too many moments of defenders leaving their position to attack the ball, often giving space away for easy passes.
Absolutely, Aaron. So both teams will have some work to do for the second half. It'll be interesting to see what, if any, changes are made between the halves. But before we go to kickoff of the second half, we have a quick message from our sponsors, Hessy Maven. Hi, I'm Justin.
And I'm Raven.
And we're Hessy and Maven. We're siblings who do a podcast.
And every episode we talk about something else.
One episode might be about our favorite Disney songs or Pokemon or queer icons.
Another episode could be about monsters or books or food.
We may not always see eye to eye.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you drink milk, like straight milk out of a glass.
Raven, that's not in the script. We're trying to promote the show.
They need to know.
Oh, okay, whatever. Check out Hessy and Maven wherever you find your podcasts and on YouTube. All right, here we are. Vietnam starts the ball with the second half. And Tai Ti Tao, the only one to get 2 shots on goal, if you want to call them that, I suppose. Easy, Hessy. They're trying the best out there. It's not easy when you go against the US. And there's another shot on goal from Tai Ti Tao. She certainly seems to be the only one taking chances, and sometimes that's what it takes to beat a formidable team like the US. Moran, up to Morgan. Morgan with an easy goal right into the lower 90s. That was an impressive through ball, and Morgan finishes it. She goes off to celebrate in her favorite way. Oh, look at that. She's having a spot of tea, isn't she? I love that. A little cuppa for the fans. Oh, and listen to that. You can hear the fans giving it their all for Alex Morgan. They're starting a little chant saying her name in procession. That's kind of how chants work. God, she's pretty. I don't think we should really be commentating on the appearance of our football players. They are professionals. This is their career. I think we should give them a little bit of, dignity in that regard. Honestly, Aaron, thank you for calling me out on it. I'm an old dog, but I can learn new tricks. Alright, looks like there's Fem Hyen. Another stop from Cook. It's like she has telepathy and she can read the minds. Is telepathy the one where you read the minds? Telekinesis? Which is the one where you read the minds? I think telepathy is what you're looking for. Kind of a Jean Grey sort of thing from X-Men. But look at this. Morgan's with the ball. An incredible shot from outside the PK spot. And she is cradling the baby. Here she is. Rose Lavelle joins her. Lindsay Horan over there. Sophia Smith comes in. They're cradling the baby. Look at this USA side of the fans. They're going wild. This poor Vietnamese defense and goalie, they are absolutely feeling a sense of dread I can only imagine. I think if there was anything I could say to the side of Vietnam, I would remind them, don't feel bad, you're facing a juggernaut. That's absolutely the right way to keep it in the realm of X-Men. But here we are nonetheless. Cook with another stop. She is unbeatable. It seems like she really can read the minds of the offense and get in there and stop passes before they're even in the works. Well, let's hope they can keep it up. I know Nair loves to keep a scoreless sheet. She has nearly 99 appearances or something close to that, and she has 53 or so scoreless games. So I know that she wants to keep that record going. Spoke to her before the game, Aaron, and she wants to rise to the ranks and go into the Hall of Fames with the other best goalkeepers in the U.S., the likes of Tim Howard, for example. Absolutely. And there's Nair. Speak of the devil. Well, I don't think she's really a devil. You know what I mean? You know, when you're just talking about somebody and then you bring them up again, it's easy to just say, speak of the devil, but she's by no means a devil. But here's Rodman. Rodman with the ball. She's dribbling around. She's looking for people. There's Alex Morgan, Lindsay Horan in the box. An impressive chip. Rose Lavelle with an incredible shot out of midair. Look at her. She's dancing. She's dancing. She's bobbing her head. She's feeling herself. You're absolutely right. Look at her go. Let's look at this one more time. Little chip. And then kaboom. Right out of air. One touches it into the goal. The poor goalkeeper didn't stand a chance. Oh, didn't even have the opportunity to dive. Just sort of fell backwards on her butt. Look at that face. That's the face of a killer. An absolute demon on the field. I thought The British people say pitch.
Right. Yep. Yeah, pitch. That's what I meant. Sometimes, you know, I hang out with you Americans so much, it just sort of slips in is what it is, isn't it?
Whatever you say, Aaron. Tiet Dong. Oh, Girma stops that play dead in its tracks. Done to Girma. Girma with an impressive little shot over to Sullivan. Sullivan with like a baby bicycle kick over to Lavelle. Lavelle looking at Sophia Smith, decides not to do it. Haran gets the ball. Haran over to Rodman. Stopped dead in its tracks from Tanya. Pham Hayen with the ball. She is chased down rigorously by that American defense. Another shot on goal from Tiet Dong. But Nair easily captures that one. Rolls it out to Dunn. I haven't seen Nair kick a single ball into the back fields or anything. Oh my god, look at that pass. Morgan with another one, drops it back. That drop back was just weak, unfortunately. But I don't think they need to worry. They are up 7-0. Absolutely right. Here we are. We're looking. Pham Hayen. Pham Hayen with an impressive ball to Tiet Dong. Tiet Dong with another shot on goal. Nair had to work for that one a little bit. Fox saves it from going out of bounds. Never concede a corner if you can help it. Dunn passes it up to Haran. Haran loses the ball in a very sloppy way, unbecoming of her. Not like the captain she has become and risen to the challenge. Actually, Aaron, let's talk about that a little bit. How do you think the U.S. is going to be in the long term throughout this campaign without some of their leaders? They have a lot of injuries on their roster, unfortunately.
You know what, Hessy? I feel like we're going to be alright. I think we're going to be alright. And I think the reason we're going to be alright is because you still have Alex Morgan, still have Sophia Smith, Rose Lavelle, Lindsay Horan, Crystal Dunn. And you have a lot of faces that maybe some of the old-time fans who aren't as up-to-date or maybe don't watch them 100% of the time, they may seem new to them. You know, characters such as Sullivan or Fox or Garma or something like that. But they are nonetheless important members of this team, and they have earned their spots here, and they, I think, will go on to prove exactly why they are playing for one of the best teams in the entire world.
Aaron, I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much for that. Now, it looks like we are in stoppage time already. It looks like the U.S. and Vietnam are going to be making some last-minute substitutions. Why would they make substitutions? I know this is a question I receive sometimes from people who don't watch football that much. Why would they make substitutions this late in the game, Aaron?
Well, Hessy, it has to do with just preserving your players and just making sure that there's not unnecessary injuries. Sometimes teams can get a little desperate in the ends of games, especially in the group stage, because remember, you could lose games in the group stage and still make it onto the round of 16, make it onto the knockouts. So every once in a while you'll see a team like USA here taking out Morgan. They just want to preserve her, make sure she doesn't get injured, start her recovery as soon as possible.
Looks like Crystal Dunn is taking the corner kick here on the Vietnam side. Probably the last big play of the game. Ertz with a big header, but unfortunately that's the end of the game, or fortunately, depending on which side you are.
Yeah, Hessy, it looks like it was an impressive match. Alex Morgan getting the game ball. She well deserves it. 4 goals out of 6 attempts. That is like a certain percentage, over 50% for sure.
You're absolutely right, and I also am not good with percentages or math. Numbers scare me.
I can understand that. You know what number doesn't scare me? 7 and 0.
I don't understand. Oh, the score. Yes, you're absolutely right. That is a good number indeed. And that's the end of the match. The US wins 7-0 against Vietnam. This gives the US 3 points in Group E. The next match in this group is Portugal versus the Netherlands, which should be an exciting match in its own right.
And it looks like my Lionesses managed to beat Haiti 2-1. And Japan scraped out a 2-1 victory over Zambia as well.
Well, congratulations, Aaron. But let's examine the second half of our match here a little more closely. First of all, 2 more goals from Alex Morgan, making a hat-trick and then some.
If she stays on this trajectory, Hessy, she is for sure going to win the Golden Boot Award at the end. But first, they're going to have to beat the Netherlands in their next match.
It's going to be an exciting rematch from the 2019 finals where the US beat the Orange Lionesses. 2-0.
Yes, I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. But before we go, can we take another look at that amazing shot from Rose Lavelle?
Let's! It all started with an incredible through ball from Morgan to Rodman, who then dribbled circles around Tanya. Lindsay Horan and Alex Morgan were in the box drawing attention from the defense, which left Rose Lavelle wide open as she ran to the PK
And
spot.
all of that was beautiful in and of itself. But that finish from Lavelle was insane.
Or I guess as your people would say, barmy.
Barmy?
Yeah, it's British slang for crazy, right?
Oh, yes, balmy, of course. Blimey, it was balmy thanks to a dodgy defense, and I bet that keeper is absolutely gutted.
Sure, Aaron. Well, that's it for us here at Hessy Maven Gaming. Tune in next time where we'll talk about something else.
Bye!